all this happened within an hour of me just walking outside just for about an hour. So as soon as I walk out, here come the helicopter flying directly over my head. They mad because I put an information, I put some detail into the system of the courts of justice, the Department of Justice over at the White House, and so they came flying down on my head. But really, like I said before, I just have to cover bases for me and my son, because I feel like if I don't fight them down on paper and I don't do like videos or whatever, this will never be documented. Like, I'm not going to just sit up here and be quiet and let them just do whatever they want to me, because everybody is just a free for all, so they can do whatever. They can terrorize us up under 702 FISA, foreign intelligence, up under the American Freedom Act, whatever. And it's going on, but the minute they get Trump out that White House, all this shit is over with. Because like I said, that these politicians be making all these acts behind the closed doors when we sleep, and don't nobody even know what's going on. You don't even know what your name is being put in, how they gambling with your name, how they betting on your name, putting bounties on your heads. You just don't even know what's going on. So I feel like if I write directly to where I need to write to, maybe we can get some movement going, because there is room for change right now. And I know Attorney Bonta from California, Attorney General Bonta, he's helping me or whatever. As far as what I know, I haven't heard anything back, but he did let me and my son get in on the police reform. And so these helicopters, he came flying directly over my head. He came really, really, really low. And, they said, oh, you're the protected. No, I'm not protected. I'm not protected. So when I filed, I put the codes, the penal codes of California, and I also put the penal code that came directly from, it's not even a penal code, it's a code, a tort claim code that you're supposed to use. And, I'm going to fight you guys how y'all fight us. I'm going to fight you down on paper, because if I don't put those codes in there and I don't talk according, your language and your verbiage or whatever, if I don't talk how you guys talk down on paper, I'll never, will win. But I have my backup, and I also have my investigators or whatever, and I have my documentation, which will help me, because I have narrowed down to the point. There's no way out of it that you guys are not, using these crowd control weapons on me and my son. It's just ain't no way that you can say that you're not. I know that it's a whole cover up, because you guys, everybody got into it. And you may not be doing it. It may be a family member doing it. You know it. You know what I'm saying? And you may be trying to cover it up, but it's all going to cease, because we have a small group of people inside of the White House. Anna Luna, she's working on it. She's bossing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hands go up to her, because she's a young politician bossing up in the Congressional Senate. And, she has stuck up for us. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no black person got up there. All the coons, they always burying everything. The only one besides Miss Lee, she got up there. Miss Shirley Lee daughter got up there. I forgot her name. And also another lady, Jasmine Crockett, she got up there and she spoke about it. But y'all need to be harping on this shit. This should be every day. Get these weapons up off of my people. Get this military out of the public. Y'all want to say, oh, it's ICE. No, it's the military. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the military, it's the civilians that they got them thinking that they in the military, because they coming out wearing green every day in military fatigue, and they done got them the Department of Defense weapons. And I don't even know what these black women are thinking, what they, tonight it was one. I just got chased down tonight, whether I want to admit to it or not. It was one black lady. She came, brought her family in and everything. And they fed her real good. She ordered like $50 worth of chicken and, sit right by me. So I just packed my stuff up and politely left, because no, you're not going to sit by me and watch me for $50, lady. Okay? I don't think so. So these white women, black women, Asian women, Hispanic women, whoever, all these women, y'all need to go down first. I'm just saying, since you want to chase after another woman, and y'all don't want to uplift another woman, Y'all need to go down first with these weapons. Y'all got these weapons real good. Real good. Y'all got my artificial intelligence and my son artificial intelligence. And y'all kids got it too. So the college kids is going down. I just wrote a little thing on my last video I just made 5 minutes ago on how USC is using these weapons. They was harassing, the basketball players was harassing my son. So we all going down first because they keep having USC harass us or whatever, and they're using these weapons on us. You know what I'm saying? And I know that for a fact because Mark Zuckerberg went to court and they always, having him in court. And he admitted to being in court having those weapons. He admitted to those weapons are on TikTok. They are on Facebook. These people are guarding, these DARPA people, these DARPA kids are guarding the internet. But my family put me in this program, Walmart, my Walmart family. Okay, like I said, my ancestors, my dad's side of the family, one of the white ladies was going after one of my black ancestors and had kids, and so that's how we became about. Now we're family with the Walmart family, and one of the Walmart family members was really nice and left me some money and left me a little nice will and everything. And I just found out my whole family put me in it, want to kill me, and this is where it all surfaced from. This is where it all surfaced from. I'm just letting y'all know that these colleges, I'm going for these colleges too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kids is finna be in trouble. I'm making sure that cause y'all sitting over here hitting my son with these weapons. 24/7, y'all got these kids pinging off of Wi-Fi. My investigator name is Amy Holum, and Do Weapons Police, because the Do Weapons Police know that they're using their Do Weapons in the public. So Raytheon, they made up the weapons as well. And they said, oh, they can't feel it. Yes, we can, because it heats up it's a microwave. It heats up your senses and your skin begin to boil and it begins to raise. Look at this, what they hit my face with right here. They hit my face with this shit or whatever, because they hit my son harder because he's a man. Okay, they not hitting me hard like that. But you guys are in trouble for domestic terrorism, human trafficking, and conspiracy to murder. Because some other states, they have like little slap on the wrist. California, this ain't gonna be no slap on the wrist. I'm making sure when I work with the DOJ, Department of Justice, the Attorney General, that you guys, we finna change these laws. This is gonna be conspiracy to murder. Since you guys don't want to give up, I gotta fight my own battle. So I'm pinging them towers. I'm getting all those IPs. And I'm finna raise a whole stink that you guys is finna go down. Y'all not finna be on that phone. Y'all gonna look at that phone one day and that phone ain't gonna be working. Y'all gonna be considered as domestic terrorists. So since the feds don't want to do nothing, y'all better start getting rid of those contracts. The Department of Defense contracts that y'all took through the Air Force and through the military. Y'all didn't go into the military and serve no military time to get these stars. My grandparents left me these stars. Both of my sides, my mom and dad's side of the family. Well, his family didn't go, but his ancestors went to the military. You know, a lot of them, they were judges. We up under the crown. Me and my son is up under the crown in Virginia, the United Kingdom, and in North Carolina. Okay, so y'all don't get to come running up under my stars. Y'all didn't earn that. And y'all mad because y'all have stars, but y'all don't have the type of stars. Y'all are not up under the crown, so you don't get the type of stars that we get. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that. My son had to tell me a lot of this shit because he has high intelligence. And they offering him a job to come work at the White House. But because he got that bloodline, he got double the bloodline from me and his dad. So he gets to work at the White House in the Supreme Court. And he will go work in the Supreme Court. But they want to deem us as crazy in mental health because they put this shit on us. You know what I'm saying? They put the gang stalking, so they put the military in the public. We're just going to write them up and say that they're crazy or whatever. But you can't do that in California. And you have to volunteer yourself if you want to go into the mental health. And so they trying to threaten me or whatever. Y'all can't do that because my mom, y'all ran up in my house, just like ICE is doing now, and ran up in there and took my mom to a mental facility just because y'all found out that she was up under y'all and she was up under the crown. So also y'all took my dad too because he's royal. And so I just happened to get lucky, but I'm not lucky at the same time because I've been chased for 52 years. They had all kind of gangs chasing after me. They had the military gangs chasing after me. They had the LGBTQ chasing after me. They the worst, and the military is the worst. Not even the real Bloods and Crips was worse like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I battled this shit out, and with little to no wounds, you know what I mean? But I'm being watched 24/7. I'm not even tripping on none of that. But y'all just better not touch my son. And like I said, I'm starting with all the colleges first. Because y'all bad actors, y'all got y'all kids in these programs because y'all was mad because our kids is out there doing their thing. And here you guys is, y'all got money and our kids don't because y'all holding us down, gatekeeping, and our kids got that athleticism, which y'all kids didn't really have. You know what I mean? And so y'all wanted y'all kids to have that. So remember all about maybe 2014 to 2018, all the celebrities was getting caught for paying for their kids, and they got mad and put our kids in these programs. I mean, it was even more programs that they put me in my sons, because they were mad because they was like, we want our kids on. You kids, I mean, come on, make your own teams then. You guys got money, make your own teams. Let us have the wealth. But I didn't know that I was an heir at the time. But my son, all three of my sons were athletes or whatever, and they were so mad at looking through these satellites at us having a good time, throwing our barbecues, having real good barbecues, real good picnics, birthday parties and everything, and having really good celebrations for the athletes or whatever. And they got mad. They just got mad. And they was like, fuck that, we want our kids to do this, and the rich kids, the celebrities and all that. Now they all in it with the Epstein files. They hitting us with weapons, and they tried to steal my son when he was a baby. We got the Mormons after us. I mean, it's just nonstop. It's just nonstop. So, I mean, I just had to get that off my chest because the helicopter came down. I mean, he was real close. It's like, can you get any lower? You want to get down here on the ground? Because I done had a helicopter when I was in Vegas. I got pictures. He was threatening me with a big ass motherfucking gun. He was taunting me, going around in circles. Me and him went round and round in circles for about good 5-10 minutes. And I was videotaping him, and I looked so bad. I was in distress. I was jet black. It was hot out there. And I was up there fighting with this man with a gun, a big ass gun on me. A big ass gun. Okay? So y'all ain't gonna never tell me that. You can't tell me. I'm tired of people trying to tell me what to do and how to speak and who's after me and who's not. Because all y'all took contracts to try to dummy me down, to try to make me feel belittled. No, honey, no, not anymore. I know what the fuck is going on. I had a whole helicopter over my motherfucking head, okay? You can't, that's just, no, that motherfucker came for me today. He came so low that he could have really crashed into another building. Okay, because I put that inquiry in with the White House, the Department of Justice at the White House, the Attorney General at the White House. I'm not playing no more games with you, Walmart. I know that you was the top funder and the top campaign raiser for Trump. And now I know why all of these people was chasing after us. All of these people, these Obama, Michelle, I mean, this got crazy. She was in my phone talking shit. But one thing, Obama came to me and he said, it's the Ledbetters. He let me know. Some kind of way they put this shit in my phone, and he had a picture with Miss Lily Ledbetter. And I was like, well, damn, who is she? So, I didn't know who she was. She died in 2024, but she might have been the one that put this fund away from me, or because they said she was the one that she had another niece and they owned some tobacco. She gave her niece the tobacco tree or whatever. So I don't know if it was her or if it was her that was keeping the momentum going, but they tagged her to me some kind of way. So the family are Waltons, the Roels, and the Ledbetters. Well, the Ledbetters came first, then it was the Waltons and the Ledbetters. And so it goes back way back to the Gilliam family, to the Bradley family, or the Beard family, or whatever. So this is a whole bloodline of these ancestors or whatever. And, you know, I'm calling these places, these will places or whatever. And the black lady back in Virginia, she's just like, well, that was in the 70s, the 1770s when this will was written. It says, but it doesn't matter because it was left to a slave and it was left to their heirs. And you sitting up here talking to me for these people. For these people, I know that because I've been trying to call you for almost 2 weeks. So you finally get your old ass on the phone talking about what you can contest it, you can petition it or whatever. Yeah, I'm a petition it because I'm an heir. And they own a lot of land. And for this havoc that they have put me through for the last 52 years, y'all owe me. And it's the principle of it. Because I got the shit sitting right there, right now, in my phone. And I'm applying for it. And they obviously met me. Somebody met me within that family or something. I don't know who they were, but they probably came and met me when I was a child, or they seen that I wasn't like the rest of my family. I wasn't a drug addict. I wasn't an alcoholic. You know, I had other issues. You know what I'm saying? Having kids young. I had my 3 sons young, but I knocked it out the way. You know what I mean? Well, not my 3 sons, but I had my 2 eldest sons young. And so they probably seen something in me, but I know I had that money before in, you know, my will. And I've always been an heir. They chose me because they probably figured I probably was the one out of the family that had a brain. You know, I'm not saying on my mom's side, they got plenty of brains, but on the other side, I don't know. My dad's side, like, they said they ain't giving them nothing. You know, they ain't giving them nothing. So they didn't tell me. So it would never even get passed down to anybody but my grandchildren. And so the only reason why I want it, because my won't you give kids? And I knew it was some money, but he didn't tell me what it was. You know, he just said they're gonna kill you and just let your grandkids have it. No, I'm not gonna let them have it because they want to rape my grandgirls so they can get to it, marry them, and take it and give it back to the white society. And then their kids will be white because they mixed. You see what I'm saying? So then it would never know. I'm taking that money and I'm going to Africa with it because I'm Commonwealth. Period. Period. And the reason why they gave it to me because they knew that I'd be fair. So for one, I have to split it up with my immediate family. And one of the kids, you know, he gonna give it all to the strippers. But I don't know about that one. But I'm a little scared to give it to him, whatever, if I do get it. You know what I mean? It's there, whatever. I'm not even tripping on it or whatever because I know that, but I'm documenting it. But whoever wanted me, I kept, who would want me dead because they kept targeting me with these Target bags. And I was like, yeah, Target, you keep targeting me because they keep having all these people come by me with these Target bags because they advertise them. But Target, you already went down for human trafficking. You should know better. So they want to put the people in to advertise Target bags and let me know I'm a target, right? So more people will come around me and harass me. That's in the cult, that's in the satellites. So I'm like, well, okay, y'all see me, here I am, or whatever. You know, here I am. So I said, yeah, fuck you, Target. And I said, you know what? Fuck you too, Walmart. And I didn't even know. This was just like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I didn't even know. I was like, yeah, fuck you, Target. Fuck you, Walmart. I said, fuck you, Walmart. You next. Yeah, we finna shut y'all down next because y'all human trafficking too. Yeah, because they was human trafficking too. They all human traffickers. And all y'all human traffickers that took these Department of Defense contracts, all of you guys y'all ain't no different than Donald Trump. Y'all ain't no different than Donald Trump. So please stop. Ain't none of you guys no different. Y'all want to act like, oh, we got to get Trump out of there. When y'all took these Department of Defense contracts to come chase me, you don't think that's human trafficking? That's human trafficking at its best. That's conspiracy to murder, hitting me with those weapons, me and my son. Y'all don't think that y'all frying us inside and out? Okay? That's sex trafficking. That's trafficking, period. So if you took those weapons, you gotta pay. It's going to be a whole bunch of you guys that cannot access that internet, and they have all of you guys' data. They have all of you guys' artificial intelligence. You guys are in trouble. Period. Period. So ain't no way out of it, because all things come to an end. And like I said, I'm gonna get the college kids first, then I'm gonna get all those kids that was in the program, that's in that program. You know, that program that here, close that door. That's in that program that that's any cadet programs or anything like that, any type of airspace programs, any type of programs that y'all put y'all kids in. They even put through my grandfather, my white grandfather ancestor that was born in the 1600s. He has an NGO, a nonprofit organization that they took, and they made it into an aerospace program where they use these Garland planes, these private planes, to teach the kids how to, you know, drive the planes. But at the same time, they hitting us with these weapons or whatever. They flying over us with these Garlands, throwing chemtrails on us or whatever, poison, shit and piss, monkey piss, doo-doo, whatever it is, they throwing it on us. And we, you know, and they throwing like this substance over us to make us sleepy, is putting us out or whatever. And so the Waltons did it real good. Y'all did it real good. But I'm still here though. You know, my life expectancy may not be that long. You know, it may not be that long, our life expectancy. But whatever. I'm about to bounce up in here because I gotta go warm this food up before it get too late. But yeah, I just have to get that off my chest. This is I did another video earlier, whatever, but this video was for the airplane flying over my head, and this is for the aircraft or whatever, because I went to these air shows or whatever when I was a young girl. They kept me in these air shows, and a lot of times I don't want to go see no air show shit. They would have taken from fly over and hit me, but they probably was dropping chemtrails then, and I didn't even know it. They probably, let's get her started early or whatever. But that's why I'm not scared when they come flying over us so low, because I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Like they did, they tried. One of my ancestors tried or whatever. They tried to put me in some good things or whatever, and I can tell they was doing it from afar, but they had my mom so gone that I wasn't able to enjoy anything that I ever did. If I was in dance, if I was in ballet, if I was in the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, I mean, I enjoyed it for the moment, but I never really had anybody's support. However, yeah, the Waltons, it's not going to only just trickle down to that White House, that government experimental program that y'all put me in. It's going to go back to the Waltons and y'all next, or the Royals, or because they own a whole football team. They own the Denver Broncos, one of the Waltons. So, you know, y'all could have put my sons on these teams easily. You know what I mean? And be like, you know what? There's 3 great athletes. But the moral to the story was that y'all bombed my cousin on that USS Cole because she had royal blood. The Clintons did that. And my grandmother went up there with her sister to that White House and was up there smiling with Hillary and Bill Clinton. And I don't know if she really knew about them people, if she knew that they were killers. Those motherfuckers are straight killers. They be knocking off everybody. They was like, let's kill Andrea cousin because she is royal. And my cousin probably had a whole bunch of Irish in her. I can tell. She had a whole bunch of Indian and a whole bunch of Irish, and she probably had everything in her. And they blew her up, and my grandmother got that picture of Clinton on her wall with her and her sister up there, whatever, because her sister took care of the granddaughter or whatever. And you know, I'm just over it. You know, I mean, I know that's what it is, you know, because we up under the crown, and they obviously kept my mom and dad's side family. I guess they try to keep us together as being royals, and we didn't know up under the crown and our bloodline or whatever being Commonwealth, and nobody ever knew that. So I think the last 80 to 100 years after slavery, which has been longer. They tried to keep us all together and keep an eye on us and keep documents on us. So that way, they would know which families is mixing and what family, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. But I just had to get this off my chest about me documenting this stuff down on paper today. I've been working with Attorney General Bonta here. They did a whole town hall last night on the attorney generals from at least 5 or 6, probably about a good 7 states and whatever, but I gotta go watch it. It's 2 hours. And they're basically saying that we can hold the constituents, basically can finally hold people in the federal government accountable for their bad behavior, their bad actions, treason on us citizens. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'll let y'all know what he's talking about because Ellen Rosenblum, I got a bone to pick with her. She gonna send her representative up there talking about I'm here for Ellen Rosenblum, and we ain't here to talk about the Epstein list because we've been saving people from human trafficking. No, you haven't. You guys pick and choose who y'all want to pick to human traffic, which is the little young white girls out in Oregon. I'm on the phone. No, y'all haven't. Y'all not saving nobody. My son was human trafficked and you guys didn't even say anything about it. Y'all didn't even, you got up there because you, Ellen Rosenblum, you quit in 2024 or 2023 because you knew that I was coming for you because you kept telling me when I seen you at my union and I ran up on you inside of that thing for the LGBTQ community. I didn't run up on you. You had your FBI agent with you when we was over there politicking, and I asked you if I can meet with you again. I met with you at my union. You know exactly who I was, why I wanted to meet with you. You knew that you put my son's name in this shit, and you was hiding from me when I called your office. Oh, yeah, we can go to lunch and everything, and you never showed up, but you was up there at that meeting to pass that law. Whatever law was some bullshit law, which I didn't understand because I was trying to pick up the white people politics because I don't know shit about this, but I'm learning. And I always been into politics, but because, I guess it's just through my DNA or whatever, I started politicking when I was in 6th grade. They had me, obviously, my ancestors probably put me in this position so I can learn. But when you got a bad home, you can't learn when you in a bad position and your mind ain't stable with your parents or whatever. So, I digress, but they try to put me in a situation with my television and film union to politic. I go up there and, see Nancy Pelosi. I made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it. Like, what's up? So then my homegirl, I wish her the best of luck. Betty, she put me up to this. She put me on game. You know what I'm saying? She like, bitch, use your brain, okay? Use your brain. So I was up under her and she was showing me the way. Once she showed me the way and I got it, I took off. I didn't leave her out or anything like that. She just knew that she was gang stalking me, so she had to just let me go and fly like a bird because she already knew about this secret society shit. And so she's like, yeah, she got it. I'm going to just go ahead and let her go and fly her wings. So that's what happened. But, me and Betty, we got along really good. She had her little ways and I have mine, but whatever. But she put me up on game and she will tell you everything about that Constitution and the amendments and slavery. She will break it down to the minute, okay? To the hours, the minutes, the dates, everything, the times, down to BC times. She will break it down for you, and you will be sitting up there looking stupid. Yeah, you know how they let you test it. So, make a long story short, I keep saying that or whatever, but I'm not gonna play no games with this government. Okay, I'm gonna go all out because I'm a warrior, and ain't nobody been behind me and my son. Not 100% solid. I know that this is one of the biggest investigations in history, but they like let her just fight it out, And another person kept coming to me, was Ice-T. He was like, "Ain't nobody gonna help you." And I'm like, if you don't get your boule ass up out of my phone, I had to block him on fucking Twitter. I had to block him on Instagram. Him and his girl kept coming to me. I had to like block. She's just trash. I mean, you went and found her out the gutter or whatever, and she's just a trashy old hooker. That's it. And y'all gonna try to come to my page throwing shade or whatever, but they got it back, because when I don't like talking about people kids or whatever, but they threw shade so hard back at her and about her little girl, and him about that little girl. So that's that. Y'all got it back, okay? So anyways, and I know that hurt you fucking with people kids, and I know you guys niggas, y'all be in my son phone fucking with him all the time, and I know it. I know it. But I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. Don't even trip. I got something real good for y'all. Yeah. Yeah. And Lionel Richie, yeah, you be up there playing those little acoustic noises or whatever. Everywhere I go, you got them people playing your music and stuff. You a whole boule. You came up rich. You even said you didn't know nothing about no poor black people. So I don't even want to hear from you. I don't even know why you chasing me down with your music everywhere I go. If they put me in a sacrificing situation where I have to listen to his music, then everybody is listening to his music or whatever. And it's traumatizing because I know what he's doing. And it's another person, because I have played his music, but not like that. And it was another artist that does that is Cardi B. She got it the worst because she's a communist. And who else does it? Who else do it? Oh, the one of the babies, the ugly one with the hair. Yeah, he's one of them that be doing it. The rappers, some rappers do it, but it's not very many. It was a 21 Savage at first or whatever. He was really fucking with me and my son, and we didn't know it. And who else? Anyways, yeah, because our data location is open, our data is open, everybody can pretty much play their music and get it heard. Like Ice Cube, he used us or whatever. We know that because he got us out there in North Carolina in front of his studios. He could say and fight and say, "Oh, that's not one of my studios," but it was. It was. They lured us out there down the street from Michael Jordan's, in front of Michael Jordan's clinic, and his studio or whatever. However, they got ways of making money off of the public, and I've had enough. So, all this stuff, is about to come to a head. And once it comes to a head, me and my son is out of here. Peace.